Hey everybody, welcome to Cooking with Duck Scallion Pancake class. So with this video, before class starts, I'm going to show you how to make the dough. The reason why you're seeing the video now is because the dough has to rest anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. Nothing less than 2 hours. So if you're crunching for time, make sure you at least make the dough 2 hours before class starts. And with that, we're going to roll into the video. All you're going to need to have ready is a mixing bowl, a spatula, a flat surface or a cutting board, 2 cups of flour, all-purpose flour or bread flour makes no difference, 3/4 cups hot water, not boiling but hot enough, about 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of white pepper. And if you don't have white pepper, that's okay. It's not mandatory. It's a little something that I like to add into my scallion pancake dough to just kind of give it that kind of taste to it. So with that, we're going to get into the video. So I hope you have fun making the dough before class, and I'll see you in class. So you want to grab your spatula, your mixing bowl, get your 2 cups of all-purpose flour or bread flour, put that into the mixing bowl, and then make sure you grab now your salt and your white pepper. You're just going to toss that right onto the flour. It all goes into the same mixing bowl. And I'm using fine sea salt, nothing crazy. Add all these dry ingredients into that mixing bowl, give it a good mix, make sure everything's well incorporated and there's no lumps of white pepper here or salt there. Little quick mix, that's it. Then we'll take our hot water, not boiling, but definitely hot enough, and just kind of dump it in there. And what we're gonna do with the spatula is we're just gonna kind of make sure we get every single dry dough wet. And the consistency that we're actually looking for as I'm mixing, you can see that it's beginning to form like a little bit of a shaggy dough where it's just kind of like wet and damp and just kind of loose. It doesn't look like it's in a solid shape or form. That's okay. Don't worry. Just keep mixing, and it might look like there's not enough water, but trust me, 3/4 cups of water for this recipe is perfect. This is going to give us 2 scallion pancakes. So I'm just going to keep mixing it with, at a time with my spatula, making sure that I incorporate all the dry flour into the mix. Once I see that that's pretty close to being completely mixed together, with all the mixed pieces of dough that's just not fully incorporated, I'm going to eventually dump it out onto the cutting board. And then we'll just form everything by hand on the cutting board with our hands. It's that easy. You don't even need a KitchenAid mixer to make this dough. You can literally make it by hand under 5 minutes. So as you can see, it's crumbled, it's shaggy, doesn't look like it's gonna come together, but I promise with a little bit of elbow grease, you're gonna see it's gonna come together. So what I'm doing right now is I'm simply putting pressure onto the dough. I'm pulling up all the loose little crumbs on the sides, and I'm shoveling it in with the base of my palm. So I'm pushing and pushing until I can get a nice fold. Then I'll grab the top part and I'll fold it down and I'll push it in. I'll turn it and I'll fold it again. I'll turn it and I'll fold it. And so there's no right or wrong. Once you feel that the dough is sturdy, flatten it out a little bit, fold it over like a book, and press it back down with the base of your palm. And you just keep repeating this process until the dough has finally absorbed all the crumbles and it is in the shape of a ball. And it's going to take anywhere from 5 minutes to 7 minutes depending on how strong your pressure is as you are kneading the dough. And as you see, at this point the dough is coming together. It's not crumbling anymore, it's not shaggy, and it's giving some type of resemblance of it being a solid piece of dough. And at this point, you're just going to start shaping it into a ball while you're applying pressure. So as you are shaping it into a ball, you might see some cracks on the side, the top, or the bottom. That's okay, press it down. seal it up with your hand as I'm doing right here. And then after that, you'll just begin to reshape it back up into that ball. So there's no wrong or right way to do it. You just keep kneading. Here we go. So now that the dough is beginning to feel pretty tight and solid, what I'm doing is that I'm making it smooth on top and I'm shoving everything on the bottom, as you can see. Sorry about the bad camera angle, but I'm just smoothing out the top and the sides, and I'm just kind of pressing all the excess and stretched dough underneath at the very base of it, because we're not going to see it right now. So we just want it clean like that. I'm going to put saran wrap right on top of it. I'm going to cover it up and leave it at the counter for 2 hours at room temp. No need for refrigeration, no need to be anywhere hot, just at room temp. I'm leaving this on my counter 2 hours before class. And that is our scallion dough. See you guys in class.